Hello, everyone. Meteorologist Grant Smith with the National Weather Service here in Juneau, Alaska, with a little weather briefing for you. As of right now, this time recording, it is about 11:30 in the morning, Tuesday, May 9th, and we're just going to be talking about some of this weather that's on the way. We've got some Gulf winds getting up to gales along this front that's swinging through, and then on Friday, rainy and for some areas a windy day. And then next week, much warmer air is moving in, well above average for this time of year, well above the normal. And so just be ready for some very warm air moving in. That's not normal for this time of year. So for starters, the strongest winds, I got a loop here starting at about Wednesday, 1 a.m. and going into Thursday. So right along those bright oranges there, that's where we're seeing the wind speeds, forecasted wind speeds about 30 to 35 knots. So that's why we got some gales out there in the Gulf winds. You go into the inner channels area, much lighter winds are expected. 5 to 15 knots is kind of just a middle ground. A little bit lighter the farther north you are in the inner channels. A little bit stronger, say in Clarence Strait there. But overall, just kind of 5 to 15 knots is what we're expecting in the inner channels. So the main takeaway here is that the strongest winds will be in the Gulf at upwards of 30 to 35 knots. And then beyond that, rainy and windy a day on Friday. So what you're looking at there is the amount of rainfall from 4 a.m. Friday to 4 a.m. Saturday. So just basically Friday through Friday night. The main takeaway is the heaviest rain is in the south. Klawock, Ketchikan, Wrangell, Petersburg. About 1 inch to 2 inches is what we're looking at down there. Now, this is not heavy by Southeast standards. This is not a lot of rain in 24 hours for Southeast standards. But what we've been saying it on the forecast for the past few days is that it's heavy rain for the month of May standards. We don't usually see this kind of rainfall in this time of year. In fact, Ketchikan, Klawock, Wrangell, these southern areas, if you get over 1 inch to 1.5 inches, that's going to be a top 5 rain event for May 12th. So, it's not a lot for Southeast standards, but for this time of year, it is a little bit on the high end. The other takeaway is the farther north you go, the less amount of moisture is expected over the 24-hour period. This right here, this top one is Haines. Haines and Skagway were about the same at about 1/3 to 3/4 of an inch, averaging about 1/2 inch over 24 hours. Now, Gustavus, Juneau, about a tenth of an inch more. So, once again, main takeaway, heaviest rain down here in the south at about 1 inch to 2 inches is kind of a rough estimate there. And then also, side note, I mentioned the windy conditions on Friday as well. Prince of Wales Island, and the Ketchikan area could see some wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. As this front moves into the area, these strong winds might be able to swing in and get those gusts upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour just on Friday, and then the winds will gradually decline Friday night into the weekend. And then warming up, we got just beyond the 5-day forecast going into next week. Overall, we're looking at a high-pressure system settling just outside this map over western Canada, maybe into southwest Canada. High pressure that's going to push some much warmer air into the Panhandle, much warmer than normal for this time of year. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these probabilities of what we could be seeing. So this is temperature probabilities for a few northern cities, Haines, Skagway, Juneau, Yakutat, and Gustavus. This is temperature probabilities for greater than 60 degrees, greater than 65 degrees, and then greater than 70 degrees. So for Skagway, Haines, greater than 50% chance of getting temperatures above 60 degrees. Now that's a decent chance for especially this many days out. And then even pushing, 20% chance for greater than 70. So this is definitely some very warm air sitting over the Panhandle for Monday, May 15th. And then for Juneau, 76% chance of getting a high above 60 degrees. I mean, at that point, might as well just expect 60 degrees unless there's a massive change in the weather models. 56% chance of getting greater than 65 degrees, and still about 20%, 15 to 20% chance, so low probability for greater than 70. So right out the gate, when I see numbers like this, I'm thinking highs between 60 and 70 degrees for the northern Panhandle, just right out the gate, which is above normal for this time of year. Yakutat actually just a little bit cooler. And then we go forward into Tuesday. Very similar story. Seeing these highs well above 60 degrees, pushing 70 degrees in some areas. Juneau, 31% chance. So if Juneau's going to hit 70 early next week, Tuesday is the better chance of getting it. But still, strong signals of getting above 60 to 65. So that's kind of what we're looking at for Monday and Tuesday for the north. Let's go to the south. Even warmer, decent chance for highs near 70. This is for Sitka, Petersburg, Wrangell, Klawock, and Ketchikan. Greater than 60 degrees for Ketchikan, 96%. Pushing 71% chance for getting temperatures greater than 70. So at this point, right out the gate, I'm thinking Ketchikan a high near 70 on Monday, based on this computer model data. You go to Sitka, well, good decent chance for above 60 degrees and still 36% chance for temperatures above 70. So a lot of statistics here, but the main takeaway is that there's a lot of agreement, a lot of leanings towards seeing some very warm air, 60 to 70 degrees on Monday for the southern areas. And then on Tuesday, if you notice, those temperatures drop just a little bit, or those probabilities drop just a little bit, but still very warm, 60 to 70 degrees early next week for Ketchikan, Klawock, Petersburg, Wrangell, and Sitka. So the main takeaway from this part is that after we get this front, it's going to move through, bringing us the rain and the wind Wednesday and then Friday. Beyond that, ridge of high pressure builds, and it's bringing us some very warm air moving over the area into early next week. So something to keep in mind. Takeaway is get ready for this very warm, unseasonably warm temperatures early next week. For the National Weather Service in Juneau, I'm meteorologist Grant Smith, and stay tuned with the latest forecast details, as always, on our website, weather.gov/Juneau. Thanks for watching.